It's the Dongla friends. It's the internet friends, and we're making a podcast. I'm the Dongla. That's Sneezin and Caden. I was thinking they were going to fill in, but they didn't. Welcome to the new weekly podcast.
Why would we ever do that? You've never once let us introduce ourselves, and every stream I've been part of, you've introduced us.
Sir, this is not a stream. This is a podcast.
Hey, I'm here with my friends Sneezin and Caden.
Yeah,
introduce yourselves.
And then you guys, then you
that's
say
when we
hi.
introduce ourselves.
Why would it ever change?
If you're gonna change things, you gotta give us a warning, not just shit, quiet.
Anyway, welcome to the new podcast that we're doing. Pretty much every other week is going to be on YouTube, and then every other week after every other week is going straight for the Twitch subscribers. So, welcome.
That's a lot of weeks.
That is a lot of weeks. That's a month. So 2 weeks out of the month goes to YouTube. 2 weeks out of the month goes to subscribers. It makes sense? It's math. It's quick math.
So I have a question about that.
All right.
Since I'm a subscriber, what content do I get? Since I'm part of this. I'm not actually receiving content.
We will go over your comments
content.
We'll go over your comments and concerns at a later date.
Okay.
If you have questions, please wait till the end of the class. Raise your hand in an orderly fashion.
Okay, so anyway, topic today is streaming. Streamers watching streamers. Because the biggest thing that I've noticed is that the main audience that is on Twitch and Mixer are just other streamers that just aren't having a ton of viewers. And no, it's like the big elephant in the room that no one really wants to talk about. It's like, you ever notice that? Like everyone else, there's like, I kind of see it from when I used to DJ. When I was spinning out, the only other people that were in the crowd were other DJs or other producers.
DJ Dog Daddy in the house, bringing them fat beats to your rectum. That's where you feel it. Coming at you hard and strong.
So anyway, we got a Twitch streamer, a Mixer streamer, and then a non-streamer, which is Caden.
Yeah, I don't do shit. Just here for the ride.
You kind of a streamer by association.
Let's not get
You're
into
part of
that.
the content. You're part of the content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's like I personally just
We couldn't do this without you.
The whole streaming thing is just, it's strange now because it's like I see so many freaking Apex streams. I see so many Overwatch streams. It's like, how do you even stand out these days? Like even with
people
Mixer.
stream what's popular, and I think one thing that we have going for us mostly is that we're actually entertaining and we have fun while we play games. And I think that's a big part of it, is just having fun while you play. A lot of what I've noticed lately is streamers just don't seem like they're having fun while they're playing said popular game. I think that's why we gravitated towards Overwatch, is because it's just a fun game to play.
That's not really the point of streaming these days, though. Like, there's two categories, well, technically three categories of streamers. In my head, from what, like, just watching people, is like, you're either good at games, and that's your whole thing. So, like, I feel like most streamers now are just, they're decent at games, so they're trying to get to the point where they're very good, and that's how they get how they create their content and the kind of viewers that they draw in. There's people who are genuinely funny, which comes with just people having fun with the game, and, they try to make people laugh, and like that's their whole deal. They're not necessarily good at what they're doing, but they have a laugh while doing it. And then there's just, I don't mean to sound any kind of way, but there's females. Like there's just chicks. And they'll draw viewers just based on the fact that they're female. And it's not anything against them. There's a lot of really funny female streamers. There's ones that are very good at games. It's just that they have a little bit of a step up, and the same thing like the premium Snapchat and stuff like that, where they just have that ability to do it because they're chicks.
So hold on.
And it's not to knock on them. If it's making money, it's making money. There's absolutely no reason they shouldn't do it. It's just they have that ability.
I will say this. I learned what premium Snapchat was for the first time today, and that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. That is dumb.
It exists, though, man. It exists. It's the same
I'll
thing
show
like,
you my boobies for $1.
Oh, dude, it's
Instagram
so...
models. It's the same thing.
That is sad. It's like, yo, just instead of doing that, you can go be a porn star. Like,
it's because guys know, or like,
oh, it's so sad.
That guys will do ridiculous things to look at girls for hours.
so easy to manipulate.
As
men, it's just so easy. You just flash tits, and all of a sudden, like, yeah, here, take my money. That's why strip clubs have been around
even
for
just
so
like
long.
the voice, even just like listening to just a female talk is much better than listening to a dude talk. Like, granted, like I kind of am in like that middle range to where I still like sound like I'm mid-puberty, where my voice is kind of like in the middle. So it doesn't matter to me, but
I mean, to me though, it's like I'm not in that market. You know, I'm happily in a relationship, so it's like I don't. It doesn't do anything for me. Like even like any female streamers, they're just another streamer to me. Like
Okay.
if you know,
Here,
that's the whole thing.
Let's stop real quick. All right, White Knight. First of all, that's not fucking true. You can tell me all day that I'm not attracted to other women because I'm
this is
I'm
the
happy,
disclaimer to let Dongla's
not
girlfriend know
happily
that she should not be
happily in a
watching.
relationship. You
No.
can say whatever the fuck you want. You can keep telling me that. I don't fucking believe you, not even slightly. And it's nothing to do with the fact that you lie to me all the time. It's just that that's just the way men are wired. Like you can not act on it. That's perfectly fine. That's the most that you can do.
Hold on,
is
can we
not act on
backtrack?
an attraction you have.
Can we backtrack for a second? Did you just call me a liar? I never lie to you, Caden. Ever.
God.
Girls,
So where was the
really
podcast last
girls.
week, dude? What happened to the podcast last
Pod-
week that we were supposed to do?
Podcast last week. I just couldn't figure out what the hell to do. Because, so ideally, like right now, like I'm using the tools that I use to stream to record the podcast, and then I'm going to like edit the audio, and I have to bleep you guys out because you guys say the F word so often. You can't say that on YouTube. But,
Hey, you fucking listen here.
You just can't say it within the first minute.
we're at like 6 minutes, so that's good. But, no, so I was trying to get it to run through my audio like recording software, and I don't know. I had a brain fart. I took a nap and I woke up and I was confused. It's usually what happens these
I'm gonna
days.
play games. I'm gonna play games while we do this.
All right, fine. What are you
But
gonna
anyways.
play?
Well, then it's not a podcast.
It's not a podcast anymore.
Becomes a let's play. Get over here.
Like, I'm playing games by myself. I don't care about it. But anyways,
So like, Sneezin, how are you seeing like? Are you seeing a different sort of audience on Mixer? Are you getting like what are you seeing as like the main difference between Twitch and Mixer right now too?
the big differences that I see between the two is, to me, Mixer's just more fun than Twitch. If you're trying to get big quick, I can see Twitch being more of an eye appeal because you get the Twitch affiliate much sooner than Mixer starts putting out for their streamers. Because you get affiliate at, what, 50 followers, an average views of like 5 or something like that?
3.
3. Crap, that's even better, more eye appealing.
Yeah, but at the same time,
the first step you see in Mixer is Mixer Partner, and that's 2,000 followers. So it's like there's more of a gratification coming out of it for Twitch right away than there is for Mixer. Mixer, to me, you have to put in work. But Mixer's a much easier platform, especially if you're on console, to start streaming right away. And Twitch, like, I remember going with you back and forth, like, Twitch is confusing to get started, which it really wasn't, but it was just different for me.
yeah,
And Twitch also, or not Twitch, Mixer has a really good, like, hype zone. Their hype zone is incredible. They will feature different streamers throughout the day if you're playing good and your content is good. And it's just quick, like, if you're on the hype zone train or whatever, you can see different content every 30 to minute to 5 minutes. You know, it's quick and it rotates. So
the hype zone. I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
The hype zone's really cool actually because Twitch. I know Twitch doesn't really have anything like that, but I've streamed before, not with the intention of like I'm gonna be a streamer. I want to do this for this reason. Like, there's been times where my buddies, like I play with like 3 people, like 3 or 4 people most of the time, and like I'm really close with these guys. We play games all the time. We play Apex specifically. And when we play Apex, sometimes a guy can't make it. Like we have one guy that is working nights now, right? So he can't be around, but he still wants to like know what we're doing and like if we're actually progressing or doing better, like just be part of it. So we'll throw up a stream on Mixer for him because it's so easy to do. And I've actually done that before, and then I somehow managed to get on the hype train with that, or I forget what the hype mode, whatever it is. And I suddenly had 40 viewers. You know, I'm specifically streaming for one person. I don't have any followers, and suddenly I have 40 people. Like it seems like it's very easy to grow through Mixer because of that. You know what I mean? Like it really
100%
helps you.
is.
I mean,
100%.
I feel like Twitch is like almost harder to break out in, but once you do and you do develop that cult following, you're good. That's
You
the
said
whole
doo-doo.
that's it's the whole cult of Dongla thing. It's like literally creating a cult following from start. It's like people now
are much more willing to help everybody out on Twitch.
yeah,
Right?
I
Until
I
you're
do
building
see that.
yourself.
Yeah, I do like that. That's the one thing, and especially like with the Good Game Report, like those guys, they, I support them, they support me. It's a nice feeling. It's more of a community feeling. When I looked at Mixer and whatnot, like I just kind of felt like maybe it's because I was doing it from the Xbox and I wasn't doing it from my PC, like my stream PC, where I have my overlays and I have all this, that, and the other thing. I don't know. I personally liked the Twitch setup more. I mean, I am down the line considering doing one day Twitch, one day Mixer, but at the same time, it's like if I do that, then I'm missing out on a day on Twitch where all of a sudden people who would check in normally would, check it out. And then, if I did it on Mixer, vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a tough call because what happens if I was going to do a Monday stream, for example? All of a sudden I have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I do it on Mixer, but all of a sudden if I had done it on Twitch, my audience goes, "Oh, he's online. I'm gonna go watch him." On Mixer, I'd have to rebuild everything. I'd have to find new people on Mixer. I'd have to bring new people in. It's it just seems like it's kind of like choosing red versus blue for Pokemon. You just stick to one, you just go with it. If you have both, it's you got to beat the game twice. I don't know.
Just a quick correction. Yeah, forget it.
No, please carry on with that.
No, that's fine.
No, you brought it up. You can't do that.
What's the correction?
Something about Pokemon.
It was, but it's that part's not important. That what you're talking about seems more like which that's just what platform you start on though. And I can't speak on how Twitch actually works, like how you gain following, like outside of people that you just talk to, be like, hey, check this out. But I have to assume that you get featured if you have, like, you get on the front page, like if they search a certain game they want to watch for, you'll get picked up, like if you have a following already, like if you, depending on like how many people are actively watching you or how many followers or subscribers you have. I can't speak for how you actually get put on that featured page, like that, the front page or whatever, however you want to say it when you're searching.
I think it's through views. I think, like, from what I understand, I think it is just through views, like amount of people watching an amount, like a certain game. So it's like if let's say, I mean, Shroud or Ninja, or just because I don't know any other big streamers, I really don't. It's like them, like they're playing Hey You Pikachu. They're playing Hey You Pikachu. All of a sudden you got 30,000 people watching it. It's going to be on the front page and it's going to show them kind of going back and forth on it. And then you'll click on that subcategory and then you'll see who else is on there. At least that's what I think, because I also don't understand how Mixer does it either, because it's like I don't know if they have a front page or anything. That's why I have Sneezin. I am Mixer ignorant, I guess, is the best way to put it.
So in that case, if it is based on views and like how many people are actively watching, streamers watching other streamers stream makes perfect sense, because you guys are already part of the community. Like you're already, like you're in it together, just starting off, or you have like however many views. So if you guys tune in on each other, there's more of a chance that they will then get noticed by other people who aren't streaming, that aren't part of that community, and that's how you bring people in, you know what I mean? So it makes sense for streamers to watch other streamers, and even if it's just them for however long, all it takes is just one game you're playing or one clip to go viral, and then all of a sudden you have a bunch more people following you, and then it works out for the guys who are watching you too, because then you'll shout them out because you were there at the beginning, and then they get that shout out, and then maybe their following grows as well. So see, in my head, it makes sense for that to be happening.
Yeah, but my question is, are there any actual fans out there? That's the big question, because like even when I was DJing too, like I'd go to raves or I'd spin at raves, and I want to say at least 2/5 of the audience were just other DJs that were pissed they didn't get to play.
The funniest part about that sentence is that I can 100% picture you being at a rave.
I had a lot of fun when I was younger. Hey, I got my guinea pig free range, and he's biting my feet.
Wait a minute. I don't think you're supposed to hold your guinea pigs above an open flame.
No, I'm free range, not over the range. Anyway, but no, but anyway, getting back to it, you had those people that were there for the music. Like as a DJ, I was more a fan of like the DJs playing the music because like I loved that kind of stuff.
DJ, turn it up.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like, are they out there? Are those people out there, or is this community more or less just a whole bunch of people trying to make it and trying to kind of use and abuse everybody else? Because that's, I'm a little cynical in that kind of sense. I more or less look at it and I go, okay, people don't want to help without a certain thing they're getting from
Without
it.
an agenda.
Exactly. I think everyone has a hidden agenda. Exactly. Like me and Sneezin are BFFs. Me and Caden are friends. Like we're gonna help each other just because we have fun helping each other.
I'm more important than you.
Yeah, you are.
I will say this: I've known Sneezin longer. I've known Sneezin for what? We're about a little over a year now. We've been playing video games together. Caden's a great addition, though. I get to see more of Caden because I go to school with him. I get to bother him in school, play Hearthstone with him. Side topic. Hearthstone put out Battlegrounds, and I never went into it, but dude, I'm hooked. It's so tight.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
The only thing I'm hooked on is phonics.
That's good. That's good. You can
Phonics.
read. I forgot about that. Whatever happened to those?
Hooked on phonics? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm assuming it's still around.
Do you guys remember the
That's not like
Jumpstart
the-
games? Like for like the
Duolingo Owl is what's big now.
yeah. Do you remember the Jumpstart games? Like the Jumpstart first grade, second grade, third grade?
The what?
It was the same people I think that made like did they? No, probably not. I was thinking Humongous Entertainment, like the guys that made Backyard Baseball and stuff. Like it was like in that same kind of realm. Early '90s computer games.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Well, I'm hoping that someone out there does.
Backyard Baseball was fun.
Yo, Pablo Sanchez, MVP, MVP. I always picked him. Always picked him first.
I jumped in the fire.
What? What are you talking about?
I jumped in the fire. Don't worry.
Well, this turned into great. Now this turned into a let's play. Thanks, Caden. You could have stopped this.
Thanks, Caden.
Caden, you could have
What
stopped
else
this.
have I done?
You could have
That's
stopped
fine.
it. But also, like with all these streaming things too, it's like I get that people want to do it, but what are they really giving back to their communities aside from like, I mean, yeah, content. You have content. You can, you'll entertain people, but what else are people getting? You gotta buy the merch. You gotta toss them a subscribe, which costs money. You got like, what are people getting from either Mixer or from or Twitch? That's the big thing that I'm also noticing too. Like that, we'll go into a little bit more onto that, but I want to get your ideas on, or your what your thoughts are on it.
You're still talking about other streamers now, right? You're not talking about whether there are actually fans out there or not. You mean like what
Both.
are other streamers getting out of it?
Let's get both. Let's do both because you're a good
Well, I
unbiased
feel like-
source.
I feel like I already said what other streamers are getting out of it. Like they can have the ulterior motive, but the ulterior motive in my head would be if this person gets anywhere, I'll make sure they remember that, I was there like one of their first subscribers and I was like there with all their streams and like I popped up constantly and I was part of this community that talked to them and helped them with whatever problem, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the motive, is that if this person gets big, even if you have to have like a dark, like people don't want to just help each other, you know what I mean? They have to have something in it for themselves. That's what they have in for themselves. If you make it big, you just throw them a shout out, and that's enough. That means they now have more viewers. Like they all get people popping over to their streams now because you mentioned it. Or maybe like the raids that you do when you raid another streamer that's in the same boat. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like they remember that, like, oh, I raided him and I helped him maybe get some of these followers, so you raid him back when you have more.
That's the hope. That's the hope, and but people are greedy too. I don't know. I guess I'm a little jaded. As far as like.
To be fair,
Yeah.
the only people that can actively do anything to like take from you specifically with what you're doing is me and Sneezin. Like we're the only ones that could potentially do that. It's people that you're actively streaming with that are part of your content. Because me or him, if you make it big, we could fucking just not play with you anymore and try to steal half of your fan base.
Nah, because I'd be paying you.
Like one of us could get it in our heads that like, they're not here for Dongla. They're not here for you. They're here for me. I'm the star of the show. and then we break off and we make our own thing. That should be your only fear.
So that's the
everybody
Beatles.
in the other part of the community, they can't take anything from you. What can they take from you?
Yeah, no, it's true. But all right, so now let's go back to the whole thing with like this. Like, if you subscribe to somebody, what are you actually getting? Because that's going to tie into our last final topic that I'm going to kind of touch on. What do you typically get? Like, because I subscribe to a lot of these guys because I believe in their vision, their idea, what they're pushing. I like their content. I like watching them. I like engaging with them on stream. But what do people get? What does an average viewer get from these streams? Like, what is the point of subscribing? Aside from what I just said.
I mean, it just depends on who you're following and who all that stuff is, honestly. Just comes down to what you're interested in, because different people offer different things.
True.
Whether it's just to have a good time or there's actual incentives. But to me, the actual incentives portion of it is kind of lame. But that's just me.
Yeah.
It seems like the goal is, like as a viewer, like you want to be friends with that person. You know what I mean? And then when you're not actively part of their life or you're not like anything like that and you're watching a stream, you subscribe so they notice you kind of deal. And I don't mean to be like, you want to be part of that community. Like they're something that's growing and like you suddenly want to be part of something bigger than yourself kind of deal. Yeah, I mean, that's immediately what popped in my head when I said that, but I didn't really mean it like that. But that's like for the really big guys, right? That's like people like
Tim the Tap Man or Dr. Disrespect, those guys.
Yeah, or even like YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie. Markiplier. Like, well, they'll donate or they'll do whatever because like they want to be like part of that community and potentially have their name said on the stream or millions of people are watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when you're growing, it's more like you just want to like their content. Like me personally, if I subscribe to somebody, and Twitch again is like a bad example because you don't need to subscribe on Twitch. You just need to follow on Twitch for this.
But even on YouTube
and
too.
You'll get, well, if you subscribe on YouTube anyway, you get notified, or you can put like ring the bell icon. You get notified when they have more content, and that's why I do it personally on YouTube is because I like this person, and I want to watch more of their content, so I want to be notified when they get that content, like when they upload it. Just because it's easier that way. And then streamers, especially since streamers have to kind of put their schedule out there so they can get more people out or more people like coming to the actual stream. There's not really as much incentive there unless you're doing something extra purely for subscribers, like what this is supposed to be.
Yep. Well, that kind of ties into what I'm going to be talking about too.
Yeah. So you need some kind of incentive for them to subscribe, or else there's no reason to. Exactly.
So carrying off of that, YouTube. I know you guys, the algorithms are low. There's not going to be many videos of this, but what I'm trying to do for the most part with my streams is if you do subscribe, like I want to give content, I want to be a content creator. I don't want to be just a streamer. I'm in school to do one thing, but I also want to build on my creativity and whatnot, and that's what this is. It's more or less like if you do subscribe, like you're getting something out of it. Like you'll get a podcast, you'll get an article that I'm writing, you'll get behind the scenes stuff. Like that's the main thing, and it's like at this point now I'm trying to figure out what kind of platform I can do or I can give it back to the community because listen, Caden and Sneezin, these guys have been helping me since the beginning, and I'm gonna give them whatever I can. Or some of the guys that are subscribing now, like I have some people that come in and they're all about the cause. I want to give back, and I feel like a lot of the Twitch streamers, like they take it for granted. Like your viewership will be there, but they won't be there forever. You got to give them a reason to kind of stay and create that cult following. # cult of dong. You gotta build it, and like I feel like after a certain amount of months, people are gonna be like, all right, I'm not getting anything out of this. So anyway, in the near future, you guys can see there will be Cult of Dong packages going out. There will be new graphics. There'll be this. There'll be that. There'll be emotes. All that good stuff. So you guys can stay tuned. If you are not a subscriber, you can kind of see some of the content that's going to be on YouTube, but you might have to shell out $4. $4 for a bunch of premium content. That's a win-win, right? Caden did it. Sneezin didn't do it, but Caden did it. I think Caden's starting to tip the scales over
I
here.
was talking about, but sure.
Hey, if we get the coronavirus, we won't be able to spread it because we're nerds that stay indoors. Did you know that?
I've started doing stuff like out of being inside, so I could potentially get it.
So
Yeah,
you're
we go to
legitimate.
class every day with a bunch of like random people. Any one of them could bring the virus in. You have no idea.
Oh, Jesus.
Just
Oh, God.
any social contact whatsoever. It doesn't matter whether you immediately go home after class. The fact that we're in class at all,
Yeah.
any one of them could just bring it in.
This has been the first and last podcast of the Internet Friends. Just the ominous cloud. Just, we all gonna die.
Damn it.
Dang it.
I'm sorry.
My girlfriend calls it the carnivorous virus.
Carnivorous virus.
That's what I'm gonna start calling it.
Carnivorous virus.
The carnivorous virus.
It's kind of funny.
It is really funny.
I was sneezing at work all day yesterday, and everyone kept looking at me, and I was just like, I got the coronas! And then I literally watched a guest get up from the table and leave.
See, we're sick. We're sick people. We're keeping it tame on this podcast, but I can't wait till next week when we actually start doing some raunchy shit because I can't keep it this PG. I really can't. Like, ass sneezing, like, on stream, I'm not how I used to be. I used to be a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for, sneezing?
What was that?
I used to be a little bit more off the walls when we used to play. I've toned it down.
Everything went dark and quiet.
It just went real quiet. We were just waiting for Sneezin to break the dead air. You failed. You failed again, Sneezin.
Sorry. What else is new?
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, we have the Internet Friends meeting every Thursday, 6 to 8 for now. We're gonna probably be working on the stream schedule as I start diving into analytics. That's the one thing I don't like. I don't like looking at numbers. They make me anxious. They make me scared.
Like the analytics on YouTube and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they have them on Twitch,
Or not
so
YouTube,
I can
but
Twitch even no, but you know what? When I was doing YouTube for a bit, like I used to dive into the analytics, and it's like it's not a ton of data, so it's like you're not getting much from
Analytics.
it. Yeah, you gotta be like nerdy about it. Like people go to school to become marketing geniuses. Meanwhile, there's girls that are on Instagram that just wear nothing and get a ton of analytics.
They're on vacation with their bikinis.
Yep, they take pictures of their feet and people like it.
Oh God, that's so gross.
Dude, it's so nasty.
do what they got to do, man.
Dude, I hate.
I would
feet.
rather eat like. My
That's a fun
least
topic
favorite
for
food
discussion.
than
What
Look at
What do
feet.
you have to do? Like, what has to happen in your life? Who has to touch you the wrong way to make feet your turn on? You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like something
it's
happened
gross,
to you.
dude.
You know?
We could-
Like, there's no way.
Feet are
There's
literally
no way
the
you're
dirtiest
just-
part of your body. I would rather lick buttholes than
Come on. This is
Touch
going
your
on
Well, it's
YouTube. You
true,
can't say that
know,
on
you
YouTube.
gotta-
I'm just saying that's a general fact. Like I would rather lick a butthole than touch a foot with my finger. Like
Oh boy.
feet are the dirtiest part of a human body. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
geez.
Well, it is because you take even when you take a shower, everything that was all over your disgusting body just goes down your body and onto your feet.
I wash
Correct.
my feet. My feet are
It
stinky,
doesn't matter
man.
if you wash your feet.
I mean,
I wash my butthole and that thing is still gross.
I mean, people eat ass these days too, though. So
well,
does
Sounds
that
like
really
somebody
matter?
needs to wash their mouth, potty mouth.
potty mouth. Listen,
I'm
how about
sorry.
we care? let's hold on to these absurd topics for next week because we're running out of time. Listen, check me out on twitch.tv/THA_Dongla. Check out Mixer. Check out Sneezin on Mixer at mixer.com/he's HES Sneezin SNEEZIN. And then
That's me.
and then check out Caden on our streams. We're gonna get him to 25, and we're gonna do competitive with him. Also, opening up the email for Dongla's mail sack or Dongla's sack I'm gonna reach into the sack and grab mail. So I will be posting.
It's mail time.
I'm going to be posting the Gmail for that, so this way you guys can write in and ask us questions that we'll answer on the podcast. Primarily, most likely on just the subscriber podcast, because you guys are sick in the head. Anyway, that is all for today. Everybody say goodbye. Just say your name and then say goodbye.
What? Why am I
Say your
saying my
name and
name to
goodbye.
say goodbye?
All right, goodbye, guys.